Mortal Kombat 1 Scorpion is vastly different from Mortal Kombat 11 Scorpion. For starters, in MK1, Scorpion is now Kuai Liang, which is different from MK11 Scorpion, who was Hanzo Hasashi.
So with Scorpion, you start off, you have the spear, and you have the teleport.
So as you just saw, Scorpion does have the teleport and the spear in MK1. A very welcome change to spear in MK1 is the fact that it is a meterless combo starter now. In MK11, if you didn't spend the bar, it just knocked the opponent down, and to get the rest of the combo, you needed to spend one of your offensive bars. In MK1, we are back to the MKX style of Scorpion combos. This was something that originally bugged Scorpion mains about MK11 because we had MKX where we could meterlessly combo with spear, and so I am so glad that MK1 is bringing that feature back. Teleport looks pretty much the same.
From Deadly Alliance, Hellfire is back. In this game, it is a low, it is not unblockable, but if you EX it, it'll give you the classic unblockable version that lights you on fire.
Yeah, so we get the ground fire back, which was a move that was in MKX that they took away in MK11. In MK11, we kind of had it. If you amplified your spear for the buff of damage, it would actually restand you and kind of hit you with some ground flames, but it really isn't anything like the MKX or MK1 version. The MK1 version is a low, which is great, and then he also has the unblockable version if he spends the bar. The difference between this unblockable version compared to some previous iterations is it doesn't actually stun the opponent. So you can do it to the opponent and they can still, approach you with their offense while you're putting the, damage onto them, which I think is a good change to make Scorpion less annoying to opponents. People wouldn't like fighting Scorpion if you just kept sitting full screen with an unblockable low flame that stopped you from doing things. At least this time, the opponent can keep doing what they were already doing, and one bar I think is fair for that ability.
He has this super long range sweep, anti-air.
Yeah, these sweeps and anti-airs are extremely different than anything we had in MK11 or MKX, in my opinion. It definitely gives Scorpion good neutral for once, because Scorpion didn't really have great neutral in MK11. Anything he could throw at you in the neutral was punishable, so this is really welcome to see. I always thought Scorpion deserved at least one long-ranged move, or, some sort of way that he can play the neutral decently effective. And I'm just gonna be honest, these moves look really, really cool. I like it a lot, giving Scorpion more things to do with his actual weapons rather than having to do everything with his hands and feet in Mortal Kombat 11.
It's used in a bunch of strings.
So that string you just saw, that string is actually pretty important. The hosts of the Kombat cast didn't really talk about it too much, but right there we just saw an overhead low mix-up spot. That final hit was an overhead, which was just a simple knockdown, but I'd assume you can cancel into the low ground fire, making it a true mix-up, and if you do the ground fire, it's probably punishable. However, you get a full restand, so you can go into a grab, you can go into more pressure. I like that a lot. It brings back some of the mind game potential of Scorpion.
Has special moves with it.
I call that the...
That's what it's called in the move list.
These two special moves are interesting. I know the one where Scorpion dashes across the screen. That's really important with his air version of it. That's how you're going to do a lot of Scorpion combos, is that dash across in the air. And I really like the chain spin. The only thing I'll say is, unlike MK11 where you kind of moved forward as you did the spin, in MK1 that spear does not continue to go further and further. It just stays right in place. But it does do a whole ton of damage, and it has an exceptionally good animation.
Is air spear, where he yanks them in the air.
So that was simple. It's his air combo starter, which you've seen over and over again if you've seen any of Scorpion in the trailer, if you saw the Kombat cast. Scorpion thrives with the air combos. Now, I know a lot of you might not be super hype about the air combo Scorpion we are getting now, but let me tell you why I actually really like it, and it'll feed into the stuff you start seeing later in this video to really highlight how kind of important this is. Scorpion seems like the air combo king of Mortal Kombat 1, not the cameo king of Mortal Kombat 1. It seems like Scorpion is going to be a character where you're going to need to learn a lot of the air combos, but you're not going to need a cameo quite as much for high damage combos. Why this is important: this opens up you to use the cameos that do other functions besides just combo start or combo, extend. Like, we've seen a cameo that drains meter, we've seen a cameo that takes you full screen, we've seen a cameo that teleports you and blocks projectiles. It opens up Scorpion a lot that he has high damage combos and doesn't need to use his cameo for them.
Yeah. Oh, and I love that combo.
Okay, did you catch that? That move really reminds me of Scorpion's forward 3-4 in MK11, except it automatically gives you the launch. You do not need a KB for it. And that's nice to see. In MK11, Scorpion had no launching strings. He only had the KB launching string. And he had Air Simblade, but we weren't even able to access Air Simblade in a competitive class until multiple years into the game.
So air combos can be used to end combos, but they can also extend them. Like you'll see here.
That combo was fairly important. It highlights that spear is a restand combo. You know, you can just keep going with your abilities after you throw the spear, and can be used pretty efficiently in the air combos. And what I mean by that is Scorpion has really quick recovery when he hits the floor. So, you know, he pushed Sub-Zero pretty far back, hit the floor, and could almost immediately throw spear, and spear travels actually rather quickly in this game. The fact that it can pick up in that combo that deep into the combo means spear is definitely going to be a strong tool once the full game releases. On top of that, Scorpion just did 26% meterless without a cameo. And you'll keep seeing as we go deeper, Scorpion doesn't need cameos for combos. Oh, lastly, did you see how quickly Scorpion could dash up to Sub-Zero when he was still on the ground? That is going to be nuts pressure when you have the opponent cornered. They're essentially, you have like a whole 50 frames to do whatever you want, set up what you want. I'm super excited for that one.
See, if we were playing today, I'd be doing this too.
There's also some that end in throws.
Needed to highlight this air grab clip because what I've noticed is Scorpion doesn't have near the amount of side switches that he did in something like MK11. In MK11, spear side switched, teleport side switched, but in MK1 with spear being a meterless launch that doesn't switch sides, and the fact that we haven't even seen teleport be used in a combo yet, I believe when your back is to the corner as Scorpion, you are going to need to use that air grab sometimes to be able to re-corner the opponent. It all goes back to the thing that Scorpion is going to be the best aerial character in the game, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
We got anything? Oh! I wouldn't have done that. No.
Yeah. Yeah. One bar, almost 38% damage. And the screen carry on that was pretty nuts too. We almost had Sub-Zero all the way into the corner after that combo. But big thing, 38% with no cameos involved. My Lee Mei combos were 37 to 39%, but I had to use a cameo to get that kind of damage. In the corner, you could get that kind of damage without a cameo, but not really, not consistently. So yeah, Scorpion is a damage machine all on his own, and I can't wait to use a cameo that does setups or just, you know, improves his projectile game or just blocks projectiles. I have so much freedom in the cameo I can choose. I don't have to choose a cameo just for extra combo damage.
Stuff you can do.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
I wanted to use that clip as well to discuss the cameos. Look at what Kung Lao did for that combo. It ended up being dropped, of course, but it was still only at 37%, and the combo was about to end. I don't think adding cameos into your combos as Scorpion is actually going to be that helpful. I think the only way I could see it being helpful is you wanted to take Frost as your low mix-up to that one string we've already seen with the overhead ender. But still, I think almost every cameo that just increases the combo length won't actually be that beneficial for Scorpion.
Odds and throwbacks, that's some of my favorite.
So this one confused me at first because I thought the long range sweep was his actual back four sweep. But no, it looks like that is going to be the same kind of sweep you saw in MK11, almost identical looking in the animation. And then that long range spear sweep, that will be a special move input that Scorpion will have. I'm assuming it's going to be like down back four or something, who knows, but yeah, it's definitely going to be an input you have to do rather than just back four to get the long range version. So now we're gonna go into the segment where we got to see Scorpion versus Johnny Cage in a single match of MK1. The only things I'll say I'm disappointed by so far is the fact that Scorpion's Kombat Cast episode was extremely short compared to all the ones that followed. I'd say both Johnny Cage and Scorpion got really short Kombat Cast, you know, showings. And with Johnny, that's okay because we got to play Johnny in the beta, but for Scorpion, it's like, oh, we just kind of got screwed over a little bit. I mean, characters like Geras and Shao Kahn had longer segments of their Kombat Cast, you know, just talking about the character than this like entire episode of the Kombat cast was, that showed Johnny, Scorpion, and a fight between the two of them. The other thing is that the Fatal was never used in the Kombat cast or in the match you're about to see, so we have no idea what the properties of it will be. Imagine it's like a full screen one that you have to duck his spear, like he just throws it out at you. That'd be kind of cool. I don't think it'd be cheap because again, you get the freeze frame where you could duck it. I mean, let's be real, Scorpion's intro right there is really sick. I can't really ask for much more than that.
I've used that move before.
Well, quick stoppage for that move specifically. That is another anti-air option, and it looks like it could extend his combos after you do that launching string that's like 4-3-4 in MK11.
You do act like a 12-year-old.
That is accurate.
Yes, Scorpion has his very typical long-range down 4. It looks almost the same as in MK11, which is great. It's one of the biggest perks of Scorpion in MK11. You can get some space if you need it with his down 4. And then on top of that in that clip, Scorpion was able to capture Johnny Cage as he was using an advancing string, which I really like. I do think that helps to Scorpion's neutral. You can kind of get away with some cheesy punishes as the opponent is going for a longer range move that they might have whiffed the first hit on.
Clearly has the home advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean, you could...
So there was the launch into the upward combo extension I was just talking about, which is great. And then on top of that, Scorpion only spent 1 bar and got 35% into a side switch. So we now have confirmed Scorpion has high damage combos that can also take the opponent back into the corner. So you get that corner advantage back. It'll cost you a few percent of damage, but 35% is no laughing matter. That's a lot of damage to be able to put somebody back in the corner.
He's gonna be more tentative while fighting because he doesn't want to break everything in his
Oh yeah,
house.
he definitely would not want anything broken.
Right.
Some really nice looking art in that home, and an indoor pool in the front room.
There's a giant picture of himself in there as well, which I absolutely love. I need to get one of those. Of me.
Oh, you
There he
can
goes
try?
for the hold. Oh, that's a perfect example. He risked it to get that meter up and totally lost because of it. But
there was a lot to go over in that little span of gameplay. For starters, we keep seeing that the low sweep move is pretty oppressive at mid-range, which I like. It keeps opponents on their toes. They can't just keep coming right at Scorpion over and over again. You have to respect him. And it also makes characters like Johnny Cage, who are trying to apply a buff, you know, think twice about it, because Scorpion actually has some range to him. Another thing, that one jab combo seemed like Scorpion had a whole lot of range to it, meaning Scorpion has a pretty good hitbox size, which I like, you know? I can actually throw out some jabs and not feel like I have T-Rex arms. This instance where Scorpion's anti-air got eaten by Johnny Cage happened multiple times in the match. It doesn't seem like it's a very good anti-air for reacting to a jump. I don't know, it's probably the most concerning part of what we've seen from his kit, but of course, this was an earlier build of the game. They could have sped it up, realizing that move gets eaten almost every time. Like, it didn't successfully land once against Johnny Cage in this match, and the Scorpion tried it multiple times. Lastly, I was a little worried that Scorpion, if he started with Spear, would get his damage scaled into the dirt, but no, I mean, he ends that round with a 29% combo. It only costed 1 bar. It could have been completed in a different way that probably would have ended up around 32 to 35%, which is really nice, meaning all of you need to watch out for Spear no matter where you are on screen. That's the Scorpion way. Make you feel the pressure, make you feel the heat.
he felt it was a losing round anyway, and it was worth it to have it for the next round.
Fun fact, during development, for me,
This little clip is more just me showing that I just love the neutral gameplay. He did not have that in MK11. You could teleport cancel away and then what, throw a bunch of spears that are highs or, you know, just get right back inside. It didn't really do anything for you aside from make your moves safe in MK11. So now we finally get to do things when we're standing mid-screen neutral with Scorpion. That's just perfect.
I hope they didn't fix it.
Ooh, good punish on that.
So we saw two things there, that Scorpion's low sweep move is punishable by those faster strings. I don't think it'll be launchable unless you do it right in somebody's face. But yeah, somebody who has a great get up punish like Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage was able to do that to the entire cast during the beta. Characters like that will still be able to punish you for a little bit of damage. I don't think they'll be able to full launch you quite yet. Who knows, we might have a cast member that can, but as of right now, with what I've seen, I don't think it'll be a launchable punish. And then we saw his down 3. That's what I presumed that low kick poke thing was, which I kind of like. It's not super fast like MK11 down 3, but it seems to have a great low profile quality. It feels like it'll drop under so many different moves and allow Scorpion to actually get the hit on his down 3 rather than the move just being A up.
Cameos, they're all different.
Yes. Good punish. Oh, and
Swagging.
wow, using the teleport in a combo. Very, very cool.
Oh, and that overhead kick gets you all the time. Oh.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
I love the cameras on the throws too.
They're very, very cool. Oh,
Oh, you
Kano
just
came
canceled,
in.
and you canceled out of it.
Yep. He just wanted to check it out. All right.
So clearly, Spear is punishable. We just saw it be punished. It's not a safe move in the slightest. Of course, we expected that was going to be the case, especially because it's a meterless full combo. But then we also saw a wake-up teleport, which is just funny because it doesn't launch, apparently. You would think the Scorpion would have amplified the string. If it did launch, who knows? We might see it here in a second. Yeah, so Spear is punishable, and wake-up teleports for punishes are still going to be a thing. Johnny Cage just can't keep charging up his, star meter over and over again, because Scorpion can just get up and teleport.
You ain't
Now,
putting on the
he's
show.
been sitting on hype. He has not activated the whole time.
Yeah, that was another instance of that anti-air special move just not working on reaction. Obviously, I haven't played the character. I'm not calling for buffs, nerfs, or whatever. That would be silly, but I do hope that move is a little better in actual gameplay. If not, it being sped up could help Scorpion. Of course, I'm not a developer, but it just seems like every time the Scorpion went for it this match on reaction, it just got ate up. Like, it wasn't useful in the slightest. I think I especially just want it sped up because that was a major talking point in the Kombat cast, that he had that cool long-range anti-air.
A 50% combo with hype.
And he waited till possibly the last round.
Yeah, excellent whip punish. Scorpion there.
That right there was a really cool side-switching combo, but it didn't do a whole lot of damage. I don't know why, but the Kombat cast, they were doing way better Scorpion combos. I feel like the Scorpion player didn't quite know everything to do in the air combos, because you could definitely do more hits than that, which would have led to more damage. But yeah, 33%-ish damage using a cameo as well, which didn't really help Scorpion at all to go to the upper echelon of damage. So yeah, I don't think cameos for combos are needed with this character.
Oh, that's Johnny Cage.
Oh, he almost had him right there.
Okay, that answers the question. What does Amplified Teleport do? Amplified Teleport is a teleport cancel, which is kind of interesting, meaning Scorpion no longer has a launching teleport. I don't know, that's confusing to me, and maybe there will be cameos like Kung Lao where they can launch full screen, and then you can teleport full screen while that's happening to keep a combo going. But to me, teleport is going to be a move you use to escape the corner and then do mind games where the opponent wants to punish your teleport right away. But if you cancel it and use a cameo at the same time, the opponent gets their poke or whatever 8. I also don't know if Johnny's down 2 would have punished if he was quicker, or if it is a punishable move with just a normal stand 1 jab. And the commentators kind of made it seem like you can punish the cancel. If so, this will probably be Scorpion's worst iteration of the teleport, which isn't going to make a lot of people happy. So that's all the gameplay we got of Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1. Let me know in the comments what you think about Scorpion and if he'll be good or not. Hey, you should subscribe because I'm playing Scorpion day 1 that I get access to the game.